Good afternoon, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, of course. If you're watching here on City Explorer this afternoon with myself, Steve Hopper, this is Virtual Backpacking. Of course, once again, it's been quite a lovely week here in the UK so far. A little bit drizzly, but not too bad. A bit overcast. Fortunately, we have the likes of Pierre and Otis with us, joining us. We're going to start with Otis out in Malaysia once more. Otis, can you hear me, my friend?
Yes, thank you, Steve. Hello, everyone. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to City Explorer. My name is Otis, and I'm your explorer in Malaysia. And I'm so grateful today that I finally came back to my hometown. And today, I'm going to show you the beautiful mosques and the temples in this beautiful town. It's called Jonker Street. And as I promised before, I'm going to show you clearly, I'm going to show you closely about the temple here, around like 200 years temple. So today I'm going to split in three segments. The first one, we're going to visit the Hindu temple. The second segment, we're going to visit the Malay temple. And the third one, we're going to the Chinese temple. Back to you, Steve.
Oh, amazing stuff. I love a good temple, I must say. I'm not sure I'm welcome in temples, that's the only problem, but fortunately we've got you to go and visit for us. The reason I'm not in temples, allowed in temples, well, maybe we'll talk about that on another day. But you're going to come and visit us. By the way, I do notice, Otis, that we've still got those lanterns up behind you. They look very, very pretty and very bright once again. We saw them last week, didn't we?
Yes, actually, the last week one, it's a different street. Actually, it's the same Chinatown, but in different state in Malaysia. Now I'm in Malacca, which is the state I born in here. And also, I'll show you in front of the roadside first. So this is the place we're going to see today. It's called Jalan Tukang Emas. And in English, we call it Goldsmith Street. So what's so special about this street? This street has three most important religion temple in Malacca. Of course, they are oldest one in whole Malaysia also. And so special is they built on the same road. So this street also called a harmony street because we live in peacefully even though we are different religion and different race. So yeah, Steve, just follow me. And if you have any question or you're watching from Instagram, please comment below and I'll answer you. Thank you, Steve.
Great, Otis. Lovely stuff. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. If you've got any questions for Otis or Pierre on today's show, then please do get in touch. You can drop a message and I will be happy to read them out, of course, to Otis and Pierre, and we'll do our best to answer them here this afternoon. So we're going to go over to Pierre now. We're going to pop over to Pierre in Great Paris, I believe. Once again, Pierre, come in. Oh, there he is.
Hello, Steve. Hello, everybody.
How are you doing, Pierre?
I'm just wonderful because this is a lovely day today. The weather is really warm, and as you can see, the people are enjoying this beautiful weather, and there's a kind of happiness in the air of Paris today.
Pierre, did you just
So,
say a can
I'll
of
let-
happiness?
Yes, a kind of happiness,
I
and
would,
not a can, a box, a huge box of happiness.
a huge box of happiness. Well, I'd be quite keen on unwrapping that huge box of happiness. Perhaps you can do that for us right now where you are. That would be great to see. What are you going to be
Okay,
doing for us
yes.
today?
So today I'm proposing to have a little talk with a very good retailer, which is a book retailer, ancient books retailer in, sorry for the noise, in one of the most ancient part of Paris, in Le Marais, near Bastille. So a kind of little walk and a talk with history, actually.
Well, that's what this is all about. A bit of history, a bit of culture, virtual backpacking at its best, Pierre. And what do you think we're going to learn today? Is there anything specific
Absolutely.
that you're looking to learn about?
Yes, I'd like to ask a few questions about the history of this specific part of Paris. It's called Saint-Paul, le village Saint-Paul, the Saint Paul village, and I'd like to know a little more about that because I think it was very important in the Middle Age. So, like maybe to offer some kind of information about that.
Excellent. Well, we can't wait to find out a little bit more about that particular village. Did you? I heard you said something like Sao Paulo or something, and that's Brazilian. Sao Paulo. Is it
Sao Paulo, yes.
So, is there some sort of connection there, or
This
is
is
that just
the
completely
name.
far away?
It's a Saint Paul, Saint Paul. So which is, I don't know what patron it was, but he is a major saint. So Saint Paul. I guess you can find Saint Paul everywhere in Catholic countries, culture. So
Excellent. Okay, Pierre, great
I
stuff.
propose.
We're going to go over to Otis for now, and we'll be back to you very shortly whilst
All
you
right.
make your way to that bookshop. We'll see you in
Yes.
just a little bit.
Absolutely. Thanks, Steve. See you later.
Marvelous stuff. Well, I can't wait for that. Right now, we're going to flip right over to Malaysia, the other side of the world, practically. Back to Otis. Let's see where Otis is now. What can we see there? Oh, hello. There's a man there just behind Otis. And hello, Otis.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Where are you?
Hey, hello, Steve. Welcome back to Malaysia. And today I have to be softly to speak everything about here because right now in Malaysia it's 10 o'clock, almost like 10:15. So everyone is going to sleep. So behind me is the Sri Boyata Murti Temple. It's a Hindu temple in Malacca. It's the oldest one in Malaysia as well. As I said, right now it's almost like midnight because it's more than 10 p.m. in Malaysia. So they are closed, but we still have chance to see the beautiful structure outside of this temple. So I'm going to swap my camera to my rear camera and I'll show you. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Otis. Well, this is going to be something special, I feel. Temples all around the world, of course.
Yeah.
We're going to get a chance to see this now.
So yes, this temple, it has like more than 240 years because it built in 1781, and also it's the oldest existing intact Hindu temple in Malaysia. So you can see the name. It's called Sri Boyata Minayaga Moti Temple. So this is the first temple we visit. It's a Hindu temple, and also a few Chiti temples in Malaysia. So what is Chiti in Malaysia? Sorry, there's a truck behind me. It's quite loud. So Chiti in Malaysia is a Indian Peranakan. So what is Indian Peranakan? Indian Peranakan is adapt those Indian who adopt Chinese and Malay culture practice. So they are kind of like a mixed culture, but their religion is still stick back with their ancestor. And also, this temple is dedicated to Vinayaga and Ganesha and the elephant deity. Back to you, Steve.
Wow, fantastic stuff there, Otis. Well, I'm loving seeing just the external view of this particular temple because it's not something that we get to see an awful lot, this type of view here in the UK. Is this the predominant religion out in
Yes.
Malaysia?
Yes, one of the one of the main region in Malaysia, as if you are Indians, because right now Indians they also got Christianity and also Islam, Muslim. But this, yes, as you mentioned, this is one of the major religion in Malaysia.
Okay, excellent stuff. Well, I'm loving to see that. I wonder if we can see round the side of it. Now, is what sort of opening hours, if that's the correct term? I'm not sure, but do they have specific opening hours these temples, or is it kind of like a free for all 24-hour
Yes,
thing?
they have a site here which is like they start from the morning 7 a.m. until 9 a.m. because right now and then and then they have a break time and they start from evening 6 p.m. again until 9 p.m. because right now also they consider about the lockdown. They might not they have to follow the rules from the government that they are not allowed all of the people they just join in the temple. They have a limit restrict that like just maybe 20% in the most. Yep. Back to you, Steve.
Thanks, Otis. So these times, I'm really interested to know whether this is something just that they would normally do outside of lockdown in terms of the timings. Are these the regular praying times that they would have for this temple, or are these times specific at the moment because of the lockdown?
Yes, and also the second temple, the second mosque is not a temple, a masjid, a mosque is still open right now because they are like a Muslim mosque and they are celebrating the Ramadan. And right now they're having a pray, but the pray is almost the end. Just follow me. It's just in front of me, just within 100 meters away. Let me show you. So this is the second mosque we visit today, and it's called Kampong Kling Mosque. You can see it's beautiful structure, and they are opening right now because they give the prayers to pray during the Ramadan, and you can see the lighting is so beautiful. They are ready to welcome the Hari Raya is coming in May. So this is the mosque, Kampong Kling Mosque, and also, oh sorry, Steve, back to you.
I love the colours there, Otis. Are the
Yes.
colours symbolic at all? Perhaps, like, I mean, we're seeing a lot of green colours right now. Is that symbolic?
Yes. In Malaysia, it's quite interesting. A color playing a big role in Malaysia because Chinese, we represent Chinese. Is a red color represent Chinese, and Indian it's purple, but Malay it's green color. So when they celebrate the festival, when they will give the packet, which is like the packet with the money inside, Malay they will use the green one, and Chinese we will use the red one, and Indian will use the purple one. Back to you, Steve.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very, very interesting. Yeah, that again is something that we wouldn't have known unless, of course, you told us. Now, yeah, I can see that you have a predominant language as well there. So you've got the English language underneath another language there. So is that the
Yes.
Malaysian language? Is that the predominant language there? Or I mean, what's the percentage in terms of how many people speak English out there?
Yes, predominant in language in Malaysia, of course, is Malay. But right now, a lot of young generation will also speak English. One of the big reasons why we speak English is because we are the British colony country. That English is one of our mother. It's kind of like a mother tongue, but it's not for all. But we will learn English since we are in the primary school and kindergarten school. So everyone will speak Malay, English. This is the two major language in Malaysia. Back to you, Steve.
Great. So we can see. Can we go inside the temple? Okay, great. We are. We're inside a little bit.
Yeah.
How much can you walk inside? Are you
Yes.
allowed to go in there and film?
Yeah, I'm a bit afraid because I'm not wearing a long pants. I'm wearing like a short pants. They're only allowed for the long pants. But let's see if I can ask for a permission. But I will go through a little bit and show you inside the interior. It's really, really beautiful because this mosque it has blend with multicultural. It's not only Malay, it blends with Chinese and also European style. So you can see inside this mosque, it has a chandelier inside. It's hanging inside the praying hall. As you can see that, let me zoom in for you. Look at that. So basically this mosque is not only like the Malay culture, but it blends with so many other Western culture and Chinese culture as well. What I'm saying Chinese is because they have the pagoda here. Let me show you the pagoda. It's too tall. I have to go out again. Sorry. So that's the pagoda. You can see in front of me. So the pagoda, it's like a Chinese architecture. But in this mosque, they blend it all well together. Chinese, European style, and Malay. Back to you, Steve.
So, what's the reason that they blend these together, Otis? The Western culture, the Malaysian culture, the Chinese culture? Because, as we know from around the world, quite often with different cultures, they do like to stick to their own, specifically when it comes to a religious place like this. What's the reason that they try to blend them together?
Yes, because Malay, that's a good question, Steve. Because Malacca back in 600 years ago, Malacca is one of the most important trading port because a lot of people from the east, and they will they will go to the west, and this is the stop. They were having a, like they will stop here to have a break, and they will start trading markets here. So when back then, the first person who built these malls is one of the Indian traders, and also that time all the traders, they are from different worlds, so they blend all the culture together in Malacca. So Malacca, when you ask, we have what else we have? We have everything, because Malacca we used to be conquered by the Portuguese and also Dutch and English, and also so many Middle East traders who came here to build this kind of beautiful temples. And at that time, the Chinese also came to this place. So that's why the culture will blend everything, blend well, harmony together. Back to you, Steve.
Oh, wonderful, Otis. And it's good to see that we've got the fans there over the top. When I speak about fans, I'm not talking about supporters,
Yes.
but we're talking about to keep things cool, which is always important. And I suppose if you're going there to pray and stuff, you want to be able to be very mindful, don't you? Very, very focused on that praying. So I guess if you've got a load of humidity going on there, that doesn't help necessarily with your mindfulness when it comes to praying in a temple. So to keep cool, I suppose, is very important. And we can see there are lots of fans there. We can see. Otis, we're going to stick with you for the next couple of minutes or so. Sadly, we've lost connection with Pierre over in Paris. I think he's got lost in the bookstore once again because he enjoys reading too much. He's a bit of a bookworm is Pierre. But, oh, okay. Well, apparently Pierre is back.
Yes.
Sorry, Otis. Apparently we do have Pierre. He's come away from his book, and I think we're going to go straight over to Pierre right now in Paris. And we're going to see if he's there. We'll see you very soon, Otis. Thank you very much for your visit today in Malaysia. Take care. We'll see you on the next show.
Yeah, see you in the next. We're not going to the next temple, right? So we'll finish the segments. Yeah.
We're finished on this particular segment, Otis. We'll let you get off for your evening, and we'll save that one for the next show. A bit of a hook for the viewers. That's what we like to do. You see, very clever stuff. Thanks, Otis.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve. I will see you guys very soon. Bye.
Marvellous stuff. So, yeah, come back to us on the next show if you want to see Otis and perhaps another temple or somewhere else. But right now we're going to go over to France. Bonjour.
Bonjour, messieurs, dames. Hello, everybody.
So we're at the bookstore now,
again,
I believe.
Steve. Yes, very close, actually, just in front of it. And so I'm going to, try to share a little talk with this book retailer. I think it's worth it.
Excellent stuff. Can't wait to see what you have in store for us, Pierre. What's your favourite book, by the way?
I'm going to ask because I don't know exactly what kind of Asian books she's selling. Books and all kinds of elements, like old maps of Paris, like this one, for instance. So this one is in a way the 19th century of Paris, and so that kind of old stuff. Not only books. Some old advertising stuff.
So, Pierre, is this an antiquarian bookstore?
Not really. It's more like a bookstore specialized in old stuff, but not antique shop. Hello. Bonjour. Bonjour, madame. May I enter? Can I? Thank you. You have a beautiful bookstore. And so we were wondering what kind of is it a bookstore or antique shop? Antique paper store, Steve. That's the correct name of this store. Yeah.
Print everything with ink and paper.
Everything with ink and paper. So not only books, could only be maps, could only be, of course, drawings, paintings, and some old advertising stuff like this one, which was for an exhibit in Pompidou. So, and how ancient are these elements? What is the most ancient element that you?
I will show you.
Oh yes. So we're gonna see what is the oldest element in this store.
Guys, Latin language.
In Latin, huh?
Yes, and it's a guide to visit France.
So France, and what's the period of that guide? 1649.
1649. Yes, with a lot of
So the
engravings,
17th century
and you arrive in
guide.
different cities, and then you can see castles, and you can even go here in Genova.
Oh, yeah.
And
So you have all Europe in a
yes,
way. Do you have London here?
yes,
And there's also London in this
have
travel guide,
Yes.
dated of the 17th century. London. So that's the London at the 17th century.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, not that crowded. A lot of boats. And can you hear me, Steve, back to the studio?
Yes, Pierre, thank you very much for that. I'm absolutely mesmerised by some of those guides. I wonder if they would be any use today, of course, because things have changed quite substantially in different parts of the world, particularly here in London. In fact, haven't really noticed on the Thames similar yachts as we saw there, although they do still contain boats, of course, so they're not far off. But I guess there's a huge difference between now and the 16th century, a good 500 years. Between on that one, but who knows? Maybe you could go and bring that book back to London. We'd love to see that, and let's see what the comparisons are. Who knows? What else can you find for us there?
Yeah, I just saw a wonderful book on Paris, but a book of pictures, I guess. Paris Douaneau, Robert Douaneau,
Yes.
Pour que Paris soit. Oh, Parisian workers. Oh, so in the 50s.
Yes.
So that's the Paris of the 50s. All the population and the streets and the dancing events too. Oh no, that's political.
Stock options.
Stock options. Yeah. Oh, de la Bourse exchange. Okay, so that kind of black and white pictures.
Yes.
And also you sell a lot of beautiful drawings like this one.
Yes.
On old Paris.
Of the Montmartre and
Montmartre.
Yes. And
oh, le Sacré-Cœur.
The street and everything empty. Now it's an avenue with buildings from 19th century.
And could you tell us a little more about this neighborhood history? I mean, I've been told that Charles V, it was a king who actually settled here in the 14th century.
With the queen
okay.
and with animals.
Animals, huh?
The first lions.
Yes,
in Europe,
and that's why Steve. That's amazing story. There's a street I can, I think, see from here. Well, it's just a few blocks away, and it's called the Streets of Lions Saint Paul, and it's because the lions were actually existed because they belong to the king at a time when the King of France was settled here as a kind of a private mansion. Not Le Louvre. He didn't like Le Louvre very much, so he decided to come here and to have his own lions collection. Real lions.
So he had quite a range of interests, did the king?
Exactly. So you can see the oldest books here.
Did some of these books actually belong to the king?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, she went away. No, I don't think so, because the oldest element she just saw us was dated of 1649. So 1649, it was Louis the 13th. Well, no, it was. Okay. Oh, the business. What? Sorry. Okay. Yes. Could I have the business card? Your
Yes.
business card? Can I see
Which
it?
one?
Well.
The Arc de Triomphe.
Oh, you have a lot of. Oh, the Eiffel Tower. Which one do you prefer, Steve? So that I can bring it back to you. Do you prefer the Eiffel Tower
Let's take a look.
or
Let's scan
the
this.
Arch of
Oh, that's the Arc de Triomphe, isn't it?
Triumph? Exactly.
Oh gosh, they're both very pretty. I think the Arc de Triomphe is a little bit more colourful and a little bit different. I think everybody has the Eiffel Tower, don't they? When they come back with souvenirs. So let's go with the Arc de Triomphe. It's
That's
a little
more original,
a little bit more colourful.
More fancy. Yeah, I like it better too, actually. So could we have two of these? Arc de Triomphe. Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, great
so,
stuff.
Steve, back to the studio.
Thank you, Pierre. That is magical stuff. Well, we're going to end that here, Pierre. If you'd like to say goodbye, everybody, Pierre, from Paris, we'd love to say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Great stuff. Thank you, Pierre, and we'll see you again on another show.
Ciao, bye.
We'll see you again. Take care for now. Bye-bye. We'll see you again on another show. Pierre, Otis, thank you very much to our explorers here today. Here on City Explorer, of course. Virtual backpacking with myself, Steve Hopper. Look at that. We've been able to get some souvenirs from Pierre over in Paris, and we haven't even been anywhere. I love that. We'll see you again on another show on another day. Take care. Bye-bye for now, and stay safe, everybody.